Hello everybody, my name is Jay and I am the founder and owner of Kingdom Quest with Maniac Music. I am bringing you this short little video here to show you guys a few of the preview buildings that we have in the Kingdom of Asae, which is the first of the two kingdoms which players will have the option to join on the massive RPG server. Now note my computer is lagging a bit lately, so I'm going to be using Teeny, so you're not going to be seeing too far in the distance as well. I am very sorry for that inconvenience, but you know what? That's fine. Let's just look around. So first thing is first, the gates and these walls. Master is the leader of our build team, has spent a lot of time on these buildings. You can see the detail he uses with the different textures all the way up top, and they're fully functioning walls, and you can actually go to the top of the towers, light some signal fires, and shoot some arrows. It's quite nice and actually very reasonable building, and it's going to be really cool once you see the finished product completely. The gates are completed right now, and so are the walls, but I mean, it's not, the inside of the kingdoms aren't completely built. Now when you're walking into these areas of the town, like the beginning areas, you're going to see a few homes. Most of this will be owned by the different guild houses, like we are starting in. Like this is a little Viking inn. This would be a part of like a different guild that would be focused on commerce. Now while many ideas have already been placed and created on the different structures that we're going to be building, we still ask that if you want to leave us some different ideas on what you want in your cities, just leave us a little detail in the forms at kingdomquest.org. I will leave a link in the description of the video. We're not leading ourselves up to one of the main and most important buildings in the whole place, which would be, and the whole kingdom itself, which would be the Kingdom of Asae's castle. For this, I'm going to go into the distance of far. I know this is going to be terrible on my lag aspect, but you know what? You guys need to see some of this detail that my Master has done on it. First things first, you're going to see multiple layers, and let's like do a little bit of fly here. No fly? I guess we're not going to fly, guys. Okay, anyway, like I was saying, Master's done an amazing job with the buildings, and there's flags and everything up there. It's quite nice. And in the inside of the buildings, we're going to look at the tables where you see these massive amounts of detail and different ideas done. You have two fully functioning sets of tables over there. Now note that this is not completely built yet, but this is the throne of Asae. Woohoo! Now, this is not the finished product yet, but please do note this is the First Kingdom's throne. What we see in here is a nice little fireplace room for the king to cozy down. A few chairs will be added. Then different structures and ideas are still being made on these castles. This is the sneak preview I'm going to give you of the castle. I'm not going to give you a full tour. I will be leaving that full tour information in a video on that in the future, but not at the moment. This is as much of the Asae castle as I'm going to be able to show you guys tonight. Now, let's go on and explore a little bit to see what else we can find around here. While that's going on, let's give you a little idea on what Kingdom Quest is going to be about. Now, Kingdom Quest is a huge, massive RPG server that is going to be created. Now, one of the main complaints / questions I have from people is, why roleplay? Why do we have to say lines? Well, my answer to this is no. It's not necessarily roleplay whatsoever. This is a roleplay game server. In this, you would mean you're going to take life. Oops, my fault. You're going to take life on how you would be in the how life would be in this time period, which is the medieval times. You are going to see that you're going to be in guilds to create money. You're going to have to follow the king's orders. There's going to be slavery. There's going to be a bunch of different aspects of that medieval life. Now, will you have to recite lines and do stuff that they would in the past? No, you will not. But will there, of course, be many roleplay applications? Yes. We ask that if you do want to roleplay, you can, and we are going to add a local chat, so you can if you wish. I mean, it's your choice as a player. Now, welcome to the church. We'll continue this in a little bit. The church had actually taken quite some time. Master had made it brick by brick, and it's quite extensive on the outside. I will show you a full preview of that in a little bit. But when we look at this, the detail, I mean, it's a huge cathedral, amazing textures used on the outsides, and when you go up to it, you're going to see a bunch of crosses. Now you guys are going to ask me, does this imply that there's going to be Christianity or any other religions? Well, no, not necessarily. We are still thinking about adding different religions in, but that brings up the question about what if people think it's not right and whatnot, and that, I mean, we don't like to get into that as a server, but it does add to the roleplay, as during the medieval times we saw a lot, as the religion and the church had the most amount of power in the kingdom, even more than a king at times. So yes, I would be wishing to imply that we do add religion, whether that be if it's mythology or Christianity, we will see in the future. But yes, most likely religion will be added. A church's guild is finalized, which will be based on mostly like scholars and different like priests and basically different like it's built on both knowledge and the idea of what was I saying? Priesthood, yeah, the religion. Anyway, that's the church from the no, no, we're not gonna fall in. Yeah, well, that's the church, and yeah, it's a quite nice church. There you go. Here's the castle from this point of view. Say hello to Krellmaster, our lead builder. Woo, yeah. And this is how the cathedral looks on the outside from the main portion. And yes, it was built block by block without world edit. Now here, no, please note, you're going to see a lot of empty spaces and stuff as we're still in the building stages. Here is the future marketplace. Here's just a couple of the buildings we're going to be adding. There's going to be larger tents available to sale, but distributed by the king, as well as smaller ones as well, such as these. As you can see, the king is going to have a lot of influence, and the kings are chosen by the people, which is one of the great things about the server. The people get to choose what they want, and no, take that back. I made a mistake. The king will make choices, which is elected by the people. Now, of course, you can do a rebellion if there's something wrong with your government, but for the most part, the king and the church, which is the pope, would have the most power. The guild faction leaders and the counts would as well. Please go ahead, as I said in the past, kingdomquest.org will give you the full information for the ranks of the server. Yeah, so here's a couple more guild homes right now. Like, this is another huge, nice building and structure. We see a lot of different buildings have been created across the little area. And one of the reasons why we're not building the whole kingdom fully is because we want the players to make, and the king to make, like, the way they want the city in true aspects. When we see is, if we create the whole city right now, the players aren't going to have enough building land, because in the medieval times, you wouldn't just burn your whole city down because you didn't like the structures. So we're gonna just build a few structures for you guys to start off with, and you guys can like see what you like and build what you want from there on. So for the most part, yeah, I'm pretty much done on the video. We do have a lot of structures built: windmills, farms, the entire wall structures. We have a lot of stuff to do still, and I will be giving you a little Asae video in the future. But before the Asae video, I'm sure to give you a full tour of the Asae castle for it later. Please visit our forums more often. I'm going to be uploading more content for you guys to view from there. You can always check out the YouTube. Please subscribe, like, or comment, and that really does help us and support us. And to all of our early PayPal donations that everyone's been doing, thank you. That does really help us out, and we really appreciate it. Also note, this video I know is very laggy, and I'm sorry. I've been doing it from one of my old laptops, like I said, and it's just not the best, and I apologize for that. But I'm going to be hiring a few professional video editors to help us with like getting more in quality items out there for you guys to view on the YouTube, and we are going to have a trailer coming up pretty soon. Now, if you want to become a King of Asae, while it might be a little bit too late, it's not too late, honestly. Go on kingdomquest.org. You still got like 5 days left to vote. Just put your name in the other and put your in-game name, and then get other people to do the same, and you can too be the King of Asae. King of Sarah, not Asae. King of Asae voting will be released pretty soon, and we're hoping you guys go out for that. It's also actually being debated whether staff members should play King of Asae or not. We don't know. It's a possibility. I will be giving you more information in the future in the next videos. This was just a quick update. I'm sorry there was no editing involved, no nothing. It was horrible on the lag issues, but at least you guys got to see some of the buildings. That overview in the nighttime, that is the Fort Asae, which is the capital, and that is the church, or cathedral, I should say, of Asae. These are the two main structures that you will be getting a full in-depth view of later, and in their powers in the future. We hope that you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe.